Oh yeah, you want that land to feel like you just want to take your shoes off and run barefoot through that nice grass. He's got a squirrel here too, and he said, oh, my squirrel would love to hang out here. What's up everyone, and welcome back to rossross. I'm Ross, and this is the channel where I let Bob Ross teach me how to paint. We're going to be doing something a little bit different that I haven't done before. We're going to be painting using a background of black gesso. Today I'm going to do this painting for my grandma. She loves to watch all my videos, and we were on the phone a while back and she asked me if I'd ever seen or done the Bob Ross ones where he does the painting on a black canvas instead of a white coat. So with all that Christmas money she gave me, I got a few more canvases, some black gesso, a new brush, and we're gonna try this out for her. Thanks, Grandma. Now, I have done a painting where the background was black. That was actually the first Bob Ross painting that I did back in like April of last year. And I didn't realize that black gesso was a different kind of paint. I thought it was a different shade of black, so I just used the black that I had and put it on the background. But looking more into it, black gesso is actually an acrylic-based paint that Bob uses, and he's gonna let it dry completely before we start painting any of the rest. So I'm gonna lay that coat down and then we'll see what happens. Also, I got this different brush because I read that gesso is very dirty and hard to get off of your oil brushes, so I'm trying not to mix it. So Bob leaves a little oval like that, and then he's also going to take some of this gesso and create a sort of tree outline in the background. Great, now that that's laid in, we will wait for it to dry. I will let you know how long that takes. Alright, since that paint was acrylic based, it only took about 10 or 15 minutes to dry, and we are ready to get started. Now, one other thing that Bob does is he coats this with liquid clear, which I don't have, so I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid white and put that in these white areas just so that the paint mixes a little bit better there. And I'm just going to dab that off a little so that it's not too strong of a white. We'll just get rid of that spot later. So Bob also already has this phthalo blue and alizarin crimson mix sort of in the background here on his painting. keep this real light. Since we couldn't see what Bob Ross was doing, I just kind of laid something in there I think looks cool. To get this backlighting right, Bob takes some titanium white and puts that on either side of the tree, sort of like there's a ball right in the middle. So don't worry if you get it on the tree, doesn't matter. We just want all these colors to get light and mix together. Bob said we can do this as many times as we want to get the desired brightness, so I might put a little bit more in there. Sure, I guess that looks okay. Now I'm gonna take some of my phthalo blue and crimson mixture. I'm gonna keep it real light. We're gonna put in the shapes of some bushes in the background. And we don't want to leave this side out. Next, Bob mixes a little bit of paint thinner into this color to get a really thin, almost ink-like paint, he says. We just want to draw in the indication of some trees that are here, really lightly. I'm going to do the same for the other side. To finish these off, I'm going to take just a tiny bit of my crimson and mix it into some titanium white. Bob wants a very soft highlight for these background trees. We're gonna add a little bit of the phthalo blue in there as well. And that's gonna kind of go towards the back just to warm it up a little bit. Cool it down a little bit. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm starting to mix these a little too much, so I'm gonna stop on that and move on to the next part. Now I'm looking at Bob's painting. He seems to have a lot more of these bushes around here than I do, so I'm gonna add a few more in there, sort of towards the bottom, I think. Now I'm gonna put some more white on top of that, just like I did for the rest of it. Well, right now I'm liking this side a lot more, but we'll see how it comes out. Now we're going to start bringing the painting forward, so I'm going to get a little bit more of my phthalo blue and crimson mixture. And we're going to make it darker this time. We're going to lay in the indications of some more trees just hanging out here. Gonna take a little bit of that and mix it in some burnt sienna and a tiny bit of white, and I'm gonna use this to create the indication of some branches over here. Next I'm going to take some sap green and mix it into a little bit of yellow ochre. Bob wants to start getting some greens in these paintings, so we're going to put this as the highlight for these front trees. Bob's gonna have us put some bushes and a little land down here, and he said, oh yeah, you want that land to feel like you just want to take your shoes off and run barefoot through that nice grass. He's got a squirrel here too, and he said, oh, my squirrel would love to hang out here. I'm going to start highlighting the other side as well. A little bright red in there for some color variation. Gonna make a few more bushes. And I'm gonna lay in a little more land on this side. Bob also says you can add just a little bit of liquid white into some of these just for a little pop, but don't overdo it because then it won't be special anymore. Alright, it's finally time to start working on our big old tree. So Bob takes some of his burnt sienna, some Van Dyke brown, a little black to darken it up. He just follows the line of the tree we made earlier. Now Bob's going to take a little bit of white and just put that in the side here just to highlight it a little bit. He said definitely don't overdo though. I think that looks good, and then I'm going to take a little bit more of that. Bob kind of swooshes in a path here. Now Bob takes a little bit of his sap green and mixes it with some cad yellow and a little bit of this ochre. You just kind of bring some grass up from the path onto the tree. Gonna lay in a little more grass down here at the bottom for this next part. Now I'm gonna mix some titanium white with a liquid white. And if you'll notice, I have a sweet new palette knife. If you watched my last episode, you know I broke it, so this one seems like it's gonna do the job. Now Bob's gonna get crazy and he takes a little bit of this liquid white and titanium white mixture. And he's gonna go and make a little waterfall. And he said, oh no, it fell again. Now I'm going to take some Van Dyke Brown and mix that with some of the burnt sienna. Maybe a little bit of this white mix. We're going to make some rocks to kind of hold this stuff in. Next, Bob takes some black and some sap green. And we lay in the shape for some branches on this big tree. Maybe a couple more that kind of come down a little bit. And I'm going to take a little bit of my cad yellow and sap green and yellow ochre. I'm just going to highlight this guy. Finish up, I'm just gonna sign my name. I'm gonna use the liquid white on this one though so that you can see it. And there you have a finished painting. I think this one came out awesome. The black background style is so cool, I think. I love how the white just kind of radiates from where I didn't put the black gesso, and the tree looks so just solid there against that background. My trees stayed nice and separate, and I was able to get nice shading and detail on them. This waterfall was a cool little extra piece. Overall, I loved this episode. Thank you so much, Bob. I hope you all enjoyed watching this one as much as I enjoyed painting it, and if you did, please like and comment on the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone next time.